Greetings from Eastern Nigeria, Mochuku. News update. Appeal Court hearing of IPOB's leader Nnamdi Kanu's extraordinary rendition suit in UK underway. Now, the United Kingdom Court of Appeal is currently hearing the appeal of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, that is Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, of course, talking about the extraordinary rendition. Now, on Thursday, the special counsel to the leader of the IPOB, that's Barrister Law Ejimako, gave the background of the ongoing hearing in London. Let me quote Ejimako's statement. I quote, "In an order on 8 May 2023, Lord Justice Lewis, a senior British Court of Appeal judge, granted the family of Nnamdi Kanu permission to appeal the UK High Court's judgment that found that the British authorities could lawfully evade reaching any conclusion on whether Mr. Nnamdi Kanu has been tortured, subjected to extraordinary rendition, and arbitrarily detained." It will be recalled that in a ruling on 23 March 2023, the UK High Court had declined Kanu's family's suit for judicial review of the failure of the British government to reach a firm review in Nnamdi Kanu's extraordinary rendition. This earlier ruling prompted an application for leave to appeal to the British Court of Appeal by the Bindmans, the lead counsel representing the Kanu family in the case. While assuming jurisdiction over the appeal, Lord Justice Lewis of the Court of Appeals noted that, I quote, I'm quoting the Lord Justice Lewis now, "The grounds of appeal raise important issues concerning the scope of the obligations of the respondent in relation to a request for consular assistance in respect of British nationals detained abroad, and the proper interpretation and application of the decision of the Court of Appeal in Abasi versus Secretary of State for the Foreign and Commonwealth Office. For those reasons, there is a compelling reason for the appeal to be heard. Within the meaning of CPR, permission is granted on all three grounds." End of quote. I'm continuing now to quote Ejimako, and citing the urgency arising from the continued solitary confinement of Nnamdi Kanu, the Court of Appeal ordered that the hearing of the appeal be expedited. Accordingly, the hearing was listed for Thursday, 22nd June 2023, and is currently underway. End of quote. Of course, you recall that Nnamdi Kanu has remained in solitary confinement at the detention facility of Nigeria's Secret Police, that's the Department of State Services, since it was extraordinary rendition from the East African country, that's Kenya. Now, the Nigerian government has not officially disclosed where the security agencies abducted Nnamdi Kanu from. The court has told them, look, you have to clarify issues on that, where you abducted him from, the procedure of the rendition. Yes, so that's why all these things are extraordinary rendition. It's a crime. It's illegal. Yeah. Now the appellate court, talking about the court that discharged Nnamdi Kanu, the Court of Appeal Abuja Division that discharged Nnamdi Kanu on October 13. Yes, they discharged him of the 15-count terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government. They said that the process through which Nnamdi Kanu was brought before the Federal High Court to answer to a 15-count terrorism charges was faulty. But the Attorney General of the Federation then, Abubakar Malami, SN, has said the appeal court only discharged and not acquitted Kanu. Imagine, the lawyer, you have seen it now, the lawyer ground school, said he was only discharged, not acquitted. But the appeal court ruled that the arrest, abduction, and subsequent arraignment of Nnamdi Kanu before a federal high court violated international convention on terrorism and thus robbed any court of law in Nigeria necessary jurisdiction to entertain the suit. So the court stopped any court in Nigeria from further entertaining that suit. Yes. So Justice Adedotun Adefope Okoje, who read the judgment of the three-man panel, noted that there was nowhere the federal government showed it complied with the procedures for the extradition of the IPOB leader from Kenya. Yes, the appeal court ruled that the arrest, and abduction and subsequent arraignment before a federal high court violated international convention. Yes. And so, the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention and Human Rights Violations in July 2022 issued a communication to the Nigerian government demanding release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu within 6 months of communication and to pay him adequate reparations. The deadline of the communication has since elapsed, of course you know, since December 31st, 2022, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has remained in detention facility since then, up until now. So what are we not talking about? You have seen it, okay? So that is the situation. It has elapsed 6 months given. 6 months given. United Nations Working Group on Human Rights as arbitrary detention and human rights violations has given the directive, given their own judgment. The federal government refused to obey it. So now the court in UK, the Appeal Court, is hearing the case as we are speaking. Yes, we appreciate everybody, particularly the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the bidmans, for their resolution, for their steadfastness, for their bravery in taking this matter to the UK, and for the UK court to accept and to hear it. That means there is merit in it, right? So we are anticipating a favorable outcome in this judgment or here Appeal Court hearing today. That's what we're anticipating, a favorable judgment, yes, to know whether UK citizens kidnapped abroad will be left to die or to rot in the hands of kidnappers because they traveled to another country. Now when they go there, the country or whoever abducts them there. So UK government will allow them to languish. Is that what they're telling us? We will know it today. Yes, we will know it. Whether that is normal thing in United Kingdom now, that they will not protect their citizens who are abroad. You know, they tour a lot, tourists. You have tourists, they travel from, their country to Africa, to Asia, and some other parts of the world. Even some other parts of Europe too, other countries in Europe. So, are they telling us that once the citizens travel, that person is not their citizens again? The person ceases to be a citizen of UK once he leaves the shores and borders of the United Kingdom. The citizenship expires that moment. So the Appeal Court will tell us today. That's what the world want to hear. So this case is not just a case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's a case that concerns everyone. Concerns British citizens, all British citizens. Unless those who don't want to travel or leave UK for any reason. Okay?